Hi guys, it's Ashley Nicole Kirkwood with the Ashley Nicole Show, and today we have with us a very, very, very special guest, Sierra Elizabeth, and she is the founder and CEO of SuitKits by Sierra E. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
So what is SuitKits by Sierra E?
So, SuitKits is a website that helps busy women design custom suits to fit their body, their job, and their style in 10 minutes or less. So you can...
10 minutes?
10 minutes, girl. We got to be
Whoa.
efficient as working women out here. So you can design business professional, which is what I have on here.
Nice.
You can design business casual or fashion forward.
Nice. Okay, I love that. So walk me through the experience. I'm a busy woman. I'm so busy, Lord.
Girl.
And so I go on your website, and what happens first? Did you kind of like walk me through the process?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you log on to SuitKits.com, you pick your template. So you'll pick business professional, business casual, or fashion forward.
Nice.
Once you go into that portal, you'll be greeted by a virtual stylist. So there's a little woman, and she tells you, welcome to SuitKits. Let me help you design your suit.
Nice.
So you'll start with the colors, with fabric types, with button types, lapels, inner lining. You'll go through the whole process, and throughout the time she'll tell you, okay, if you pick this color, this lining will look really good, or this lapel is appropriate for a business professional setting.
Oh.
Once you do all of that and you check out and pay,
Right.
you're gonna get a pop-up screen that introduces you to our tailoring partners. So we're launching in LA, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, and DC at the end of October 2018.
Nice.
And so we have tailoring partners that we have there that we've vetted, who are really professional and experts at their craft. You'll go to them. They will take 26 of your body measurements.
Ooh.
They will input that into our app. Those body measurements go directly to our manufacturer to make your suit. It gets shipped to LA to get processed, packaged, get all pretty for you, and then sent directly to your home or office in 3 to 4 weeks.
I love that. I love that because I think, well, we were talking earlier, my husband and I were taking 2 trips so far to Thailand, and each time we get suits made.
Yep. I was the same. I did it in China. Yeah.
Yes. And I love the custom nature of it, especially because I'm a curvy girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that I could get shirts made that like fit my boobs, you know, and all of that. And so this allows, no matter what your size is, you can basically get a suit done.
Absolutely. So we, all bodies, all types, all sizes. And what's great is once you get your first suit with us, we'll make sure everything's right. And if you need to make any adjustments, our tailor will be right there to make any adjustments in your profile, and then that'll all be saved. So you can continue to order and know that we have your exact measurements. Forget about sizes.
Nice. So after the tailor, so you do it online at first. So first you go online, I put in all this stuff. So styling, it takes about 10 minutes.
Yep.
And then you go to one of the tailors in your area, if you're in one of those cities, and
Yep.
then you're able to get actual measurements done in person.
That's right.
And then you get the suit back. And then what if there's problems with the suit? Like, do you go back to the tailor? Or
Yeah, well, hopefully we get it right the first time,
Yeah.
right? But in the event that we don't, you just go back to our tailor. They make any adjustments. You get up to $100 in alteration, so you can
Wow.
change whatever you need to change, and then that's what gets locked into your profile. So then after that, that's kind of your setting, and then you can go back online, and now you don't have to go to the tailor anymore. It's just a one-time
Nice.
experience. We have your measurements now, and then you can order a business professional suit the next time, or a business casual suit the next time, or separates. We have these great wide leg pants. We have vests. I mean, it's really, really great.
How did you come up with this concept? Because this is great.
Well, thank you. It was a long process. I am a lawyer by training and by background. So when I started out as a baby lawyer, I was looking for suits and really couldn't find anything that both fit my body and that I liked and that was at a good price point.
Yeah.
So I, like you, went to China. My dad was actually a Temptation from the singing group.
Oh, nice.
So I went with him, went to his kind of tailor, learned about the suit making process, and started getting my suits from there and was getting compliments. And everybody was like, well, where did you get that? I can't find that. And I'm like, it doesn't exist. And so as I went through my career, I kept thinking, well, somebody's going to do this, somebody's going to do this, and it just never happened. It really kind of came to a point when I started recruiting for my law firm. So I went to almost every, college, law school campus in the country. I would interview young women, and they would be dressed inappropriately for their interviews. Much of the time, it was minority women, low-income women and plus-size women. And a lot of it was due to not being able to find something that fit your body or your price point. And so when I saw that it was affecting people's ability to get a job, I thought somebody's really got to do this. So I decided to do it.
So that brings up a really good point. So what is the price point? Because I'm sure that I'm like, this all sounds great, and I'm sure that we have viewers that are like, can I even afford this?
Yeah. So we're not inexpensive. Like, don't let me lead you astray.
Okay.
But we think we've got, we call ourselves in the affordable luxury market. So we start at $399 and we go to about $599.
So what's the difference between a $399 suit and a $599?
Well, so actually it's by type. So $399 is business casual, $499 is business professional, and $599 is fashion forward.
Nice.
But a lot of people do ask, like, what's the difference between a custom suit that's like in the hundreds and a custom suit that's in the thousands? There are some differences. So with both of those types of suits, you can, pick your fabrics and your colors and all your trims and make it as unique as you are, as your colorful personality. Right. But what we do is a made-to-measure custom suit. So we match you to the closest size pattern that you are, and then we make adjustments according to your measurements. And what a $5,000 suit maker does is they actually cut a pattern from scratch. So if you want to go that route, there's obviously some benefits, but we think we've hit like a really good middle ground by giving you something that's both customized to you, that's a better fit than anything you can get off the rack, and is at a price point that you might be able to afford.
This is wonderful. So you're essentially starting a fashion company, but also a technology company because of the platform. So what does it cost to get something like this started? For people who want to do something similar, maybe they want to have an online boutique, for instance, which seems like that may be a little less complex than what you're doing. But what would be a good range?
Okay, so what we're doing is very complex. And actually, I'm glad that you brought up the tech point, because we're actually also developing a mobile app that can measure your body through your phone as well. So we're doing a lot of things that we think are we're gonna revolutionize the fashion industry, hopefully. But I would say, listen, my bank accounts are at zero. All of my credit cards are almost maxed out. Every paycheck that I get from my 9-to-5 job goes to this business. I mean, if you really want to do something like this, you have to be able to take the financial hit. It is a risky endeavor. I mean,
I'm talking like it could be into the six figures.
For sure. Wow. I think that, you can start always by testing. So we did things like sent out market research surveys. Like, what do people like? What do people want before you throw your money into something? Because even building a website as technical as ours, because you'll be able to see your selections move real time in this 3D graphic image. I mean, that's thousands and thousands of dollars. But you could start out with something more simple that costs you a couple $100s, and then see what the market likes, what the market wants, and then go from there.
And your business is self-funded.
It is so
At least
far.
For now. So
we're looking for investors.
Right. So you started out self-financing.
I did. I saved for a while. Yeah, I saved for a while because, like I said, I had the time because I thought somebody was going to do it. And then when I had the money to start, I said I might as well do it. But we are looking to get our seed round of funding, which is a whole nother.
That's a process.
Getting funding, as I'm sure you know, is also a full-time job. So that's kind of our next level once we launch.
So that's a great point. How have you been able to manage it? Because it's not like you're at any firm. You're at a phenomenal law firm. And not only are you there, you're a partner. So how do you balance that with running a business? It's not a side hustle. I mean, you're running a corporation.
Well,
so how do you blend the two?
Every day is different. And every day my answer is different. So it's funny, my best friend called me yesterday and he's like, wait, where are you going next week? And I'm like, I haven't made my flights for next week. I know I need to be in New York and Atlanta and Chicago, but I just haven't made those flights because I'm dealing with today.
Oh my God,
yes. Advanced planning helps. I have lots of calendaring systems. I have an assistant who's great, who helps me out. Prayer helps. And then just having a great support team. The people who I've brought on to work with me in this business are just phenomenal. and they really believe in the mission. And so it makes my job a lot easier when I have that help. And then obviously I have family support as well. So without that, I think I would go insane. Sometimes I have to take a moment and say, are you sure? Like, you really want to do all this? But I know I'm doing the right thing. I know that I'm doing it for the right reasons. And so I know it's worth it.
So that brings up a good point with your support system and the things that you just mentioned. How, outside of your family and friends, how do you balance that with like a personal life? Are you dating? Are you single? I mean, do you have time for any of that in the busy career?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I am completely career focused right now.
Yeah.
This is really important to me.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually like that you're honest about that. I think that's great.
Thank you. So for me, the personal choice right now is not to have a serious relationship at the moment. It's not to get married right now. It's not to have kids right now. But again, advanced planning helps. I mean, I have frozen my eggs just in case.
Cool.
I don't even know if I want kids, but I'm like, right now, I want this business as my baby. And so with that being said, I don't want to look back 15 years from now and say, oh, I wish I would have or could have. So I've planned. But right now, I get my joy out of this. I get my joy out of working. I mean, I didn't really understand what people meant when they said, like, their work doesn't feel like work. Mm-hmm. And now I do. Yes. And so it's just a life-changing moment, and I just want to kind of soak up all of it at the moment and not really worry about the other stuff.
And that's an accomplishment. I think that we look at career accomplishments like making partner, which is definitely an accomplishment.
Thank you.
But it's also an accomplishment, the fact that you found something that drives you and that gives you so much vigor. And, you know, I'm glad. Good thing you froze your eggs. I mean, that's great. I think it's very forward thinking of you. And also it's cool for people to know that, yes, you can be a career woman. You can have all these things going on, and that can be enough. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I do play hard. I mean, if you talk to my friends, I do burn it at both ends. I don't necessarily recommend that because then I like crash. But I have my fun too.
You have some fun. Okay, good. So you're having some fun in all of this.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And I get that question a lot because I am married, but we do not have kids, and I don't know whether I want to have kids. I don't want to regret not having kids, but that's a little different than actively wanting kids. And I never grew up saying things like, oh, I can't wait to get married, nor did I grow up saying things like, I can't wait to be a mom. Yeah. It just wasn't what drove my decision-making process. So I think it's important
to hear from all different perspectives on that issue because not all women necessarily want kids, and that's okay too. And those voices should be heard as well.
I agree with that 100%. So what's next? So you're launching. Where can we find out more about the launch? Where can we find out more about you? And then what's next for the business?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So we're launching in like 2 to 3 weeks at this point. So that's amazing. So hopefully people can sign up on SuitKits.com. They'll go to our mailing list, sign up, and then they'll get the announcement of when the date is that they can order. And so we'll have a great promo going on. So that'll be great. And then next, we're working on this technology to work on the mobile app development. We're working on getting investors for that piece. And then, who knows? I mean, we want to definitely expand into all different types of clothing and then potentially beyond. We're starting with suits. We're going to have dresses come, shirts, potential travel wear for business women. So really, like, the possibilities are endless.
If you could give advice to a businesswoman or man who's interested in starting a business, but they can't really get over, or they feel like they can't get over their fear, what would you say to the person who's letting fear hold them back?
That's a great question. There's a quote by George Adair that says, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
I love that.
You kind of just gotta do it. Like, for me, I've never really been a risky person, but I've taken calculated risks. Mm-hmm. I think in order to become partner at a law firm, you can't just do what's expected of you. Yeah. You have to kind of look beyond and say, what can I do to be extra special? What can I do to make that extra step? And generally, that's not comfortable. Right. Sometimes you got to think of it as a baby. You just like throw them in the water and they swim. Because if you think about it too much, if it gets too much into your head, like you'll never do it. Right. And so, part of that is reading, like studying your craft, like what have other people done? How can I make myself feel more comfortable even though it's scary? Having great mentors and sponsors is obviously very important.
Oh yeah.
And then, just going for it. To me, people say like, well, aren't you scared? Like, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Then I'll move on to the next thing. I mean, there's so much life.
Right.
There's so much life left, right? There's so many ideas that like you just gotta go for it.
That's a really good point, because I remember getting a lot of those questions too, in terms of you're leaving your job, you're starting your own firm,
Yeah.
and in doing all of that, I think what I've learned is that you will have a ton of people that support you.
Yep.
You will have some people that don't.
Yep.
Most people that don't will do it pretty quietly, so you won't hear them all the time. But
You're lucky. Mine are loud.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're pretty quiet. But also, I think the more you keep living and the more you keep doing things that scare you, the more brave you become.
Yeah.
And so to the person who's just like, I'm so scared, do one thing a day. It could be small that scares you, that takes you out of your comfort zone. And once you realize you're okay, those things that you do will get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Absolutely.
So this has been great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And where can we find you?
So you can find us on all social media handles at SuitKits, SuitKits, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Find us at SuitKits.
Thank you again. This has been wonderful. SuitKits by Sierra E. And you all know you can find me on Instagram at The Ashley Nicole Show or on my website, theashleynicoleshow.com. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.